Hey guys, Sunlux here, back with our blind playthrough of Shadowgate, the remake, 2014 edition. Now you might notice that the title screen, the background below this picture and actually below the game itself is actually this screenshot, basically, but it's the actual art. I gotta say, man, I know I've already kind of gushed about the art style, which I love, but also the title is just really, really classy. Like I mean, just look at it. It's like kind of this overgrown, the vines are all thorny and stuff. It's very like old school fantasy of like even the earth is hostile. Like this place is so evil, you know, and the lone hero just wanders into the castle. Or, you know, let's resume. Alright. Cold air rushes down into this chamber, no doubt from the opening in the rocky wall above. So is this, like, high? That might be the case. Also, so I was thinking... Oh, okay. So the mouse wheel does work to zoom out. Back at the entrance, there was that... the archway of skulls, and there was one missing. I never... Like, I assumed we'd find maybe not a skull to put into it, although any skull might possibly work. We could try that. There's also the antechamber with the extra doorway, the hatch. Now, it's possible that that's disabled for this difficulty, right? Some of these puzzles might actually only become active in higher difficulties. And essentially with this... that second door in the antechamber, I believe we've already gotten what was in there originally. So in the original NES one, it was the sling and the sword. The sling was right outside, and the sword, I think, was in the crypt. But it makes me wonder, like, now I have the sword and the dirk, so... You know. So, alright, let's maybe just pick up all these bones and stuff, I guess. Or maybe not. Let's look at everything first. Look at the fire. The hypnotic movement of the campfire momentarily mesmerizes you until a loud pop brings you back to your senses. Let's take a look at the other one. Okay, same thing. Let's check out the bone. The bone has several small patches of skin and sinew still attached to it. Skull has been picked clean. Eye sockets of the skull are filled with cobwebs. You resist... wow. Excuse me, by the way, for my yawning. You resist the temptation to swing the bone around like a club. I imagine, even if we just looked at the same one over and over, it would probably give us the same things. The leg bone of some hapless person who met their end. A large hole can be seen in the back of the skull. Scrapes and scratches crisscross the surface of this skull. I thought the hole might have been important, but maybe not. My immediate thought was like, kind of like those torches, the 3 torches in the rooms with the crypts. Because one of them was different, and that was the one that you had to hit to lower it. The empty eye sockets seem to look at you in accusation, but it's probable that they're all the same. The bone is unmistakably from human physiognomy. Physiognomy? The high cheekbones of the skull prompt you to wonder if it was female. Can we talk to all of them? It looks like we can. This particular skull almost looks inhuman. There's a spear right here. Oh, it's an arrow. The fletching on this arrow looks a bit tattered, but its silver arrow tip looks to be in good condition. Right. Right. Right, that's what this was. That's what this was. There was the arrow on the wall, there was a couple torches, and then a door. No, you actually couldn't take the torches. But you moved one and it opened a door to the side. Man, he just threw up. Well, we'll be cleaning that later, I suppose. It's not on the carpet, that's what's important. Poor little guy. Hope he doesn't barf again. He does this. He was hungry, and I'm like, no, you have food, eat that. So he goes and he eats that, and then he barfs it up. That's kind of what he does, is he tends to overeat. I don't know why. Right. So we're gonna take the arrow. Right, because there was the arrow. There's the arrow hanging on the wall, and this was something you were never able to reach. This opening. We might not be able to reach it. The bone has many small gnaw marks on it. One look at the cracked and splintered bones of the ribcage reinforces just how frail life is. This particular bone looks fresher than the others. Okay. Rats have surely picked the skull clean of anything worth anything. Let's take one of the skulls. And I was thinking, so this gear probably goes to the well. Let's try... Yeah, see, I don't know what the dice are for. You might use them with the sling to flick at the Cyclops whenever we find it. And then we have a dirk and a sword. Okay. But, so I have a skull. Let's go back to the very entrance and we'll try putting a skull in the hole. Yep. There's gotta be something we can do with that statue. The circular indent in the archway suggests that something belongs in this slot. Let's try it. I don't know why we'd speak to it. You are physically incapable of getting the skull in the slot. It simply will not fit. And those don't look like whole skulls anyway. They look like tokens or something. So... I don't suppose I can make notes. No. Just gotta remember. Alright. It's really interesting playing through this and seeing like the reimagined thing, right? So I don't think will let us move up here. Go to cave. As you scramble up the rocks, a goblin appears, levels a bow at you, and fires. Fortunately, it misses and hits the rock at your feet. Unfortunately, the arrow ricochets and embeds itself into your left eye. Well, I'm probably dead. Well.
Today, death has claimed a hero of the realm.
Well. Now we know. So that's interesting. Because in the original, and I'm going to be saying that a lot, there was like a little ledge, and you tried to get up there and it broke, and, you know, and then it's like you can't get up there. Alright, well, you sense a furtive movement within the darkness of the opening. Something or someone is definitely up there. Now we know it's goblins. But we might actually be able to go that way in the future. I don't necessarily think there's... I mean, maybe not. We'll see. Let's try going this way. Ah! You stand at the edge of a lava-filled chasm. Impossible as it seems, the faint, terrified screams of some unfortunate soul echo within its depths. That was... Yep. Yeah, it was like the screams of the undead. Oh, you can hear them. It's really faint. Oh, hey, that's kind of cool. It's like a little... It's a skull with glowing eyes right here. Although, maybe we looked at the chasm itself, not the thing. Peering over the edge of the chasm, you nearly lose your balance. A blast of warm air greets you, the faint cry from some unknown creature close on its tail. What? Oh. Well, that makes sense if that's going to be the fire drake in the next room. Alright, let's see what we can interact with here. Of course, the bridges, the things, and these two stone things, and the thing in the middle. Right, these stone things I was looking at earlier. Like, well, I didn't notice this one, to be honest. I noticed this little one. They look like oh, keystones. This half-buried carved stone appears to be a keystone. Well, that doesn't help me a whole lot. The carving on this keystone is of a circle within a shield outline. Strange writings cover the stone. You think you recognize the name Mahal amongst the hard-to-decipher language. Circle within a shield outline. Mahal. I don't think I have anything with the name Mahal. That sounds familiar, though. Let's see. Can divines one's future? I wonder if I can use this on myself. Let's try it. You roll the dice and see a familiar pattern, a circle and a skull. Perhaps you're fated to circumvent death in the future. Interesting. Alright, well, let's check out the brazier. This metal brazier has a wide bowl mounted on a tripod. The legs look like a series of inverted hooks poorly welded together. Okay. The rickety bridge is held together with nothing but frayed rope and rotten wood planks. As if in warning, a mounted skull stands guard in front of it. Yep. The passage on the other side of this chasm is anything but inviting. So I wonder if the brazier is now for, like, your bottle, too. You had to drink the potion to basically float across the bridge. Judging by the workmanship, this stone bridge seems quite sturdy. I guess we'll go forward. From your vantage, you can see little of what lies beyond this passage. Do I need to go onto this thing first? Go to bridge. Okay, probably just crossed. A dense fog greets you as the stone passage opens into a small chamber. The temperature plummets as a creature materializes in front of you. It flinches from the light of your torch. So there's a hint. Hit the wraith. Even though you've never seen one before, you know this is a shadow wraith, a being that walks the line between life and death, between light and shadow. Oh, there's a pumpkin. I doubt I can take it. You see part of a large orange object hidden just inside the archway. The rag that is securely wrapped around this torch reeks of pitch. Maybe that's the special one. Okay. Congratulations, you've earned the Torchbearer achievement. Okay. Is this still... Very curious indeed. This appears to be a device for lighting your way in dark places. So this is not a special one, necessarily. Spells... Might be this. Well, okay, so first let's save. Save over the small hall. That's fine, okay. If I screw my game over somehow, I'm gonna be really pissed. Because the original, I think technically you could by wasting all of the bottle 2s, but... Let's see if... Okay, first, let's have it kill me. Oh, there's a circle thing in the back here. What is that? This rune is firmly attached to the wall, glowing with power. Truly, this must have belonged to one of the wizards of the circle. Let's try hitting it. You unleash a wild punch at the shadowy form. Your fist simply passes through it. York clatters his teeth in here, saying, "It sure did get cold in here, cold and dark." Well, let's see if we can just walk by it. The solid door is carved with strange designs and ornate filigrees. With a terrifying moan, the wraith bars your way into the chamber. Okay. Let's try... Use the dirk on the wraith. The wraith's body turns to vapor as your weapon harmlessly passes through it. A heartbeat later, the thing's body reforms, and the temperature drops a few more degrees. Sure did get cold in here, cold and dark. Yeah, I assume it... Is it putting out my torch, or is it freezing me slowly? That didn't work. Let's try the hammer. Wraith's body... drops a few more degrees. I'm assuming the torch itself will actually... Try using the spear on it, though. Come on, kill me, dude. Are you not gonna kill me? Maybe the scepter? No. This may be more difficult than you thought. Let's try the sword. Okay. That's disappointing. With a cry, you swing the lit torch at the wraith. The ethereal being is instantly enveloped in a bright flash of flame, its tortured moan hanging in the air as it vanishes. Did it consume a lot of my torch? I wanted it to kill me. Why didn't it kill me? I mean, I realize that's kind of a weird thing, but... Well, there you go. Let's take the pumpkin. As you grasp a large orange thing, it becomes painfully clear it is a pumpkin. So we have 3 of them now. Let's look at this again. Rune is firmly attached to the wall. Can we take it? You pull with all your might, but the rune will not budge an inch from the wall. Perhaps it's enchanted in some way. Huge weight like a stone, opening itself to some mystery beyond. Let's try using this on... gather your will and picture the glyph in your mind. Closing your eyes, you release the spell, expecting something wonderful to happen. Nothing does. With a creak of protest, the door opens. So there's this rune Aha, see, the footbridges, there's this little... the keystone, right? Still can't click on the caves. I wonder if there's multiple maps. Because I'm expecting this to be the full Castle Shadowgate. But... I mean... this thing is pretty full already. I mean, it's the Triforce on it, right? Screw it, we'll use Invokin on the... Okay. I don't know if I clicked on it correctly, though. Let's try that again. Nope. Nope. Okay. I mean, maybe if I had like a crowbar or something, you know? Sound of trickling water comes from beyond this doorway. Interesting. Wait, hang on. F2... looks like just the door and the glyph are all that. And the thing is, it's like maybe that is cheating. But I don't know. I feel like maybe... probably not. You know, because not knowing... say this, for example, right? This thing right here, not knowing that you're able to... can I slip through here? Probably. But what if you don't notice that? You know? Or this one stone right here... you can click on. You know what I mean? Like, what if you're just expected to know? It's not a puzzle if you don't know there's a piece there, right? It's like, oh no, in order to beat the game, you actually have to spin around 3 times and then punch. Or whatever, right? It's like, that's not... it's not a puzzle to not know things that you wouldn't be expected to pick up on. Whether it be a sewer or reservoir system for the castle, mold, mildew, and moss bespeckle the stones within this chamber. The water barely covers the sandy floor of this sewer. This strong metal bar appears to have come loose from a sewer grate. Can I take it? I wonder if I can use it as a pry bar to get that thing off. Now the other question is... the sewer, right? Wish to see the flying ace again. Bring the 3 pumpkins to the place beyond the harvest door. Nope, not that. What about this one? Seek my obelisk in the acolyte den below the sewers. I fear the worst is upon us by plans in motion. Is signed with the name Lackmere. Didn't we find the obelisk out in whatever? That's what teleported us into Shadowgate in the first place? Seal off the passages into the Gatekeeper Mountains. Right, that was in the Gatekeeper Mountains was where we found that thing. According to the opening, anyway. Signed by someone named Fandrill. So one is from Fandrill to whoever, and one is to Fandrill from Lackmere. Oh, here's the one about... when Majal's tail lights the northern skies and the alignments are in harmony. What was it about Majal? Take the circle runes of water and fire, all-seeing eye. This mirror leads through the furnace into the castle beyond. These mirrors require power to activate and will teleport to places strewn across the castle. I wonder if me bashing them with the hammer... like, I wonder if that's like a teleporter room, and by smashing the mirrors I just screwed up. But if that's the case, whatever, you know? Okay. Come loose from a sewer grate. Alright, first things first, that's probably nothing, I guess. We will... Glass bottle is empty. We'll take it. Can I fill it with water? And there's this. You submerge the vial in the water. Unfortunately, when you pull it out, the water pours from a hidden crack in the glass. Okay. You submerge the empty bottle and fill it with water. Right, so this one is not going to do anything for us, and this, I suppose you could drink, eat the bottle. Glass bottle filled with water. Cool. Look at the scroll first. Weathered and moldy, the scroll has held up well over the years. Carefully unroll the scroll. As you read the scroll, one particular word stands out from the rest. Entrays. In your mind's eye, you see a glyph glowing with power. As you write down the strange marking in your spellbook, the scroll crumbles in your hands. You have learned a spell. Can I open this? Iron door is latched shut by nothing more than a simple bolt. Well, let's open it. Pull back the bolt, opening the latch. So this should get us up into, assuming we can climb. Spells. What did this do? Meaning the spell glyph is clear. Entrays, you whisper, as the way seems to open in front of you, a metallic screech, echoing in the recesses of your mind. So it opens a door. We might have to go back to the beginning. Let's try... Wrinkle your nose at a decaying smell wafting from the grate. What is... Open the grate? Pulling on the grate, it simply will not budge. Tiny scurrying sounds can be heard coming from beyond the grate. Shake the iron grate, noting that it appears to be slightly loose. Tug on the iron bars. Although this grate feels somewhat loose, you are unable to pull it free. Well, let's try using the spells on these, right? This one first. Visualize the glyph in your mind, release the power of the spell. The effect produces some pretty fireworks and a headache, but little else. Okay. Nothing. Okay. Oh. Oh, you can see it. It says rope. Backwards. Epor. So, right. See, that's kind of what I was talking about. Like, I made the thing highlight because I noticed it and I was just like, oh, it's just part of the artwork, right? But no, it's actually... Yeah. If I hadn't done the show items thing, I would have not known it was there or forgotten about it or something. Their meaning strangely familiar. The letters E, P, O, and R have been carved into the wall. Well, let's look at it again, I guess. Right. So all these are... And the water is also doing it. And up there. They're all glowing. Epor. Right. Do I need the glasses? Is that what the, is that what I'm supposed to do here? Let's try climbing up the hole. That should connect to the mirrors, but who knows? Also in the mirror room, the rocks don't go to hatchway. You jump and manage to find a handhold within the hatchway. After a frantic moment or two, you manage to pull yourself through. Right on. Okay, so now... let's go back down there. We want to go back into the passage and try using the bar. Carefully lower yourself through the opening in the floor. Good. I was worried that I was going to break my legs. Alright, so let's try using this bar on the thing. Hold with all your might, but the rune will not budge. Perhaps it's enchanted. Let's try this spell. No. Still no. Okay. There was no fire drake. They got rid of that room entirely. Because the whole thing was there was a cloak hanging right here that you needed for the heat. And then you needed the sphere. Okay, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this now. Huge weight like a stone opening itself to some mystery beyond. Like a stone. Let's see. Okay, so nothing. Should we fall? Let's fall. Turns 145. Okay. We'll save over this one. You take a hesitant step on the rickety bridge. The bridge sways and creaks alarmingly. You halt in mid-stride and step back off the bridge. It definitely... I think they spelled that wrong. Definitely doesn't seem safe. Perhaps there's some entity that could help you become lighter than air. Got it. One of the elementals, probably. Boldly set out on the rickety bridge once again. Your courage falters as the bridge sways and creaks. If you try that again without some magical help, you are sure that you will fall to your death. The bridge creaks and sways under your weight. Undaunted, you take 2 more steps before the frayed ropes and rotten planks give way, sending you reeling into the chasm below. Your screams echo and reverberate off the cavernous walls long after you hit the bottom with a sickening thud. I thought there was lava down below, though. I feel gypped. Although...
You have chosen poorly, young Jer.
Although the, Oh, are you going, Jack? Okay. Gonna go sniff at the cat vomit. The, So something that people don't realize is that, if you fall onto lava... Lava is rock. It's rock that's superheated. It is super dense. You will not... It is basically a solid. So you will not... It's not like water where you'll fall into it. You'll basically land on it, and it's like landing on, presumably, like a metal pan or something, where all of a sudden it just burns you. It would not be good. It's, you know, you'd probably fuse, your flesh would probably fuse to the lava. And it would not be a good way to die. Okay, so let's check out the map once more. We got footbridges. Try using some stuff on that. I really worry. I mean, I could use a hint. But I'd rather not. I really worry I'm gonna... Excuse me. I worry that I'm going to have to, like, try clicking through and stuff. Clicking on everything, you know? Well, let's go to the antechamber. We'll try using that spell to see if we can open it. figure moves within the opening at the back of the grotto. He doesn't seem to pose any risk to you. Okay. Alright, so let's take a look at this. Circular hatch is made of a strange stone set securely within a mortar base. Low hum of power emanates from within. Hatch will not open. It seems to be magically sealed. Let's try this one. Okay. Well then. I don't know if this is doing anything, right? Like, it doesn't seem to be glowing. Okay, well, let's cavern level waterfall. Okay, well. Spectral person at the edge of your consciousness. Huge weight like a stone. Let's try using this one. I think we've tried it before. No. Oh! Okay. You focus your will on the stone hatch, whispering the words of the spell. A strange power flows out of you, enveloping the stone hatch. After a moment, the stone lid opens. Hey, Manny. I really did not expect that to work. Do you want to get in my lap? Are you going to come this way? Don't step on the keyboard. All right, come on. And he's rubbing his butt against the microphone. What are you doing? What are you smelling? Smelling your brother's butt? Is that what you're doing? Okay. Wait, where are you going? You're supposed to be in my lap, not over there, you weirdo. All right. What are you doing? Come here. Come here, Manny. Come here. I know he wants food. Okay, there we go. Sort of, hopefully. Just lay down and I'll feed you in less than 20 minutes. How about that? Is that okay? Is that all right? Okay, you're settled down now? Good. Okay. Stone hatch is open. I looked at it, though. Okay. I figured I'd try go into it, not look at it, but looking at it is fine, too. Like a gaping maw of a strange beast, the hatch lies open before you. You step in for a closer look. The stone compartment harbors a strange mechanism, one comprised of levers, rods, and gears. Presumably I have the gear that goes right here. And then we have this, and this symbol is interesting as well, right? We've seen that before. That's near the maybe this turns off the waterfall. Okay, so first, basically you can interact with everything, it looks like. Not this part, though, but with the symbol specifically. Alright, well, let's look at the gears. A series of gears, rods, and other mysterious metallic mechanisms form the inner workings of this device. What about the power button? Presumably that's what it is. The stone button is intricately chiseled. The lever appears to be made from petrified wood. This lever is made from a piece of oak, long since petrified into stone. I assume they're all the same. The craftsmanship of this lever is unmistakably dwarven, which makes sense because the waterfall's coming from a dwarven thingamabob, I guess. This marking looks like a dwarven craftsman stamp. Got it. Gears. Right, so this and this. So that makes me wonder then, are we going to find other stuff that link this, like a spider and somewhere else a spider and a rope thing and a rope? Maybe. Okay, so I do have a gear. Let's look at it first. Large gear has a series of runes and glyphs inscribed on it. Probably here. With some effort, you force the gear into its slot. The torch's flame momentarily flickers. That's our warning. Right, that we have, I don't know, probably 20 turns. But it's not connected to anything. We just try turning it on? At first you hear the hiss of steam coming from deep within the bowels of the castle, but then nothing. Yorick startles you by saying, "That didn't sound right. You might want to try again." Yeah, this didn't actually move or connect to anything. Can I pick up some of these other gears? Or what happens if I use one of these? You yank on the lever, pulling it down. Didn't sound right, you might want to try again. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. Let's try. Can we? We can't take it. Grip the gear and pull with all your might, nothing happens. You fumble with the loose gear, but do not have the leverage to pry it away. You manage to pry loose the faulty gear and immediately place it in your satchel. Can I use the bar on some of these other ones? Like this one? You attempt to pry gear from the mechanism, but it seems rooted in place. Pull the lever down, okay. Pull the lever down with a satisfied grunt. Oh, it's getting darker. To press the button, but nothing happens. A piece of the mechanism appears to be missing. Oh! Let's try putting the gear back into place then, I suppose. Yeah, it's about to go out. I gotcha. With an ear-splitting screech of protest, the gears spin. After that, the silence is almost deafening. Alright, we'll light the torch. Use torch on... There we go. So what do these levers do, exactly? You're a cube maniac. And anyway, it talks about replacing the fault. So right, like we hit that. Okay. Pry loose the faulty gear. What you expected hasn't happened. The gear did not do anything to the gear. I don't know. I'm kind of lost. Let's... Like, I've only found the one gear. Trays. Way seems to open in front of you, a metallic screech. So I use this one. Oh, no. cancel. Huge weight like a stone, opening itself to some mystery beyond. They're not kidding. Spectral person at the edge of your consciousness. Also, these three levers immediately let me think of the Sphinx, because you have the levers. But I don't know... what does hitting it do? Pull the lever down. Blackmere the Timeless. That's what I heard someone call him when he was but a lad. Yorick says, lost in thought. Blackmere the Timeless. But I heard someone call him when I was a lad. When he was but a lad. That doesn't make any sense. Alright, well, let's go back. So this goes to... Quickly go through the pockets and sleeves of the dead figure's clothing. You find absolutely nothing. Strange markings and glyphs lie in the stone pillar that enshrouds this statue, one that depicts a hooded figure with a darkened visage. Let's try talking to it. Even though you do not know the name of the stone deity, you mutter a quick prayer under your breath. Let's try invoking on it. No. Okay. Amazingly, the flame does not consume the wick on this candle. Okay, as you begin lifting the candle, the earth rumbles beneath your feet. You leave the candle where it is, since it seems like the altar is rigged as a trap. If you try that again, you are sure bad things will happen. So even the candle... I mean, that makes sense, but, you know. Alright, let's go this way. What about you? Did I search this thing? Search amongst the bones, but finds nothing that interests you. Anything in here? Okay. Right, I mean, I imagine we're gonna have to freeze the lake. It's also possible that doing something to this will make the lake disappear. Dwarven craftsman stamp. Did I try speaking to it? Liquid elemental continuously... Liquid elemental. Forms and reforms in a hypnotic way. Let's type chalk into it. Bow and introduce yourself to the elemental. It playfully dances away, squirting you with water. Well. Okay then. I mean... I'm kind of at an impasse. I think I'm going to probably use a hint. Let me just look through this real fast. This is why I don't really play many games like this today. Oh, hey, check this out. It shows a bigger gear. We don't have a gear that size at the moment. Okay. That's kind of a problem. Because there's the liquid elemental here, there's the ice elemental or whatever here. As far as I know... Alright, man, give me a hint. Oh, it's only in the room, specifically. The wizards used to keep these elementals as pets, but to catch a magical creature, you need a magical cage. Perhaps Lakmir has something you could use. I do not have a magical cage. I have not seen one. See, I figured he'd... Okay, I guess it makes sense that he gives you a hint as to the room specifically, right? So then the question becomes, where would a hint help the most? And, but it was about the elemental. Should I go back to the gear? No, because he'll say, oh, you need a bigger gear. I don't think this gear is going to work or something like that. And then even if we do get a gear, I don't know what the proper sequence is. So... mirrors. Also, I have no idea how to contact Lakmir. I have that Invoking spell, which might help, but, right, where are we going again? Mirrors. All right. Tell me... give me another hint, you asshole. Wait, let's take a look at these first. Bulges out a bit as if something is pushing it from the other side. You know... They might have just added extra mirrors. And these still might be the original 3, right? Like where the one in the middle has a door behind it. This one is... when you shatter it, it explodes outward and kills you, and this one sucks you into deep space somewhere. Catch some movement behind your reflection. What about this one? Although dusty, the surface of this mirror. We don't even have any keys. Perhaps the mirror is enchanted. Let's try using some spells then. It would make sense, right? Because this one opens... And, you know, we had to come back up here. No. Okay, that doesn't help. Alright, dude, give me another hint. I hate this. The wizards used to say mirrors were portals to other places. They were probably talking about magic, but sometimes it was literally true, too. I've known them to hide things behind mirrors like this. I swear to God, if I just... Okay, it's not... You could speak to the mirror? I can hit it, also. You mop your brow with the sweat that glistens there and say to your reflection, this is getting intense. Yorick agrees enthusiastically and says, intensely smelly, you need a bath. I feel like the yellow is a hint. Place is beginning to give me the creeps, you admit to yourself. You and me both, Yorick quickly agrees. Let's try talking to this one. Oh. Intensely. Right, because we're cursed. That was the Banshee, presumably. You need a bath. The room begins to spin, you feel vertigo set in. An apparition appears before your eyes, and you hear the echo of the Banshee's scream in your head. Well. I need a bath. I mean, there's the sewer down there. Should I roll around in the water? Let's try hitting the mirror. You nearly break your knuckles striking the reflective surface. It fails to shatter. Perhaps it's enchanted in some way. As quickly as it came upon you, the vertigo recedes and your vision clears. You begin to wonder what the Banshee might have done to you. Well, I mean, if the hammer didn't work, it's unlikely these other things. And it talks about being enchanted, and I've used the Entrez spell. I could try using the Gap spell, right? No. What did he say? What did Yorick say about mirrors or portals to other places? I've known them to hide things behind mirrors like this. Well, it doesn't actually help me. I mean, unless I whack it with the hammer again. There we go. You rear back and strike the mirror with the hammer. The glass falls away from the frame, revealing a door behind it. What about these? Are these going to kill me? Let's try it. It refuses to break any further. What about this one? Okay, well. I admit it makes sense to have a mirror not shattered completely with the first hit. Let's look at the door. Broken shards of this mirror catch the torchlight, sending colorful prism about the room. A door waits behind the facade. It is locked. Let's try this spell. No. Okay, so use door. You run your fingers across the jagged shards of broken glass. Why would I do that? Ouch, that hurt, you mumble to yourself, pulling out a splinter. So the door is locked. I don't have a key. So I'm kind of in the same place. We'll save and we'll stop. It makes sense that he's like, okay, something is hidden behind it. Alright, you know. I thought you broke it once and it's like, oh, it's nothing. Right? So there's this concept called... What is it called? Man, I don't remember. Negative transfer. There we go. The concept of negative transfer, where you've learned to do something a specific way, and it actually hurts you when things are similar but different. Because it's the whole, you know, unlearn what you have learned thing. That's the thing, right? Because you've learned when there's something different, similar things prevent you from approaching it with an open mind, which may be what happened here. I used it once and I'm like, oh, that's good. You know, I guess it didn't work, right? So now what? Now what? Anyway, we'll stop here. Thank you guys very much for your time and attention. I really do appreciate it. I'm a little bit annoyed that I have to use hints, but I probably will keep doing it just because... Yeah. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, it makes sense that, you know, a mirror wouldn't fully just collapse just by hitting it once, but then again... And it even said there's, like, metal behind it, and I was just like, oh, it's just a metal frame, right? I should have been like, oh, there's something behind it. So I need to be a little bit more aware in the future. But like I said, that's it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for your time and attention. I really do appreciate it. I really hope you guys are enjoying this episode. These episodes. If this looks at all interesting to you, and you haven't played it, there's always the NES game that you can find maybe online somewhere. And also, I'm not sure how much this is. $15, maybe? Might be worth a try if it looks interesting. So, what is your guys' unique positive moment for today? For me, it's, I had this ginger soda, and it wasn't great, but I think it'll probably be good once I've had a couple more. It tastes kind of like carbonated ginger water. So, but it's a new experience. Those are always good. And that's my unique positive moment for today. Are you alright, Manny? I hope your guys is just as good, if not better. Hopefully better, of course. And I hope to see you guys next time. Till then, guys, take care.